Hi, I'm Darren and welcome to New Factory Classics, and this is why I think The Incredibles 3 will suck. First of all, this is a different kind of video for me. Sometimes when I feel a rant coming on and I don't feel a 1-minute short will cover it, I will do one of these. First and foremost, I liked Incredibles 1. As with all Pixar movies back in the day, I went to see it opening weekend. And I thought Incredibles 1 was so good, I was frankly shocked it took 10 years to make a sequel. And when Incredibles 2 finally did come out to theaters, I was definitely there opening weekend. Unfortunately, what I saw was a copy-paste of the first film. So let's break both movies down. Incredibles 1. Mr. Incredible finds his normal life so boring that he goes in secret back to crime fighting. His wife is forced to stay at home and watch the kids. Violet has boyfriend problems throughout the movie. They have a hard time controlling Dash. Jack has no visible powers until the end of the film. The movie changes when it turns out Mr. Incredible's new employer is actually evil, so the whole family must come together in order to defeat the evil. Written and directed by Brad Bird. Incredibles 2. Mrs. Incredible is super bored with her normal life and joins a crime-fighting organization. It leaves Mr. Incredible to take care of the kids all by himself. Violet has boyfriend issues. Dash cannot be controlled. The baby does have powers in this movie, but they're all over the place and nobody seems to be able to manage them. The mom's new employer turns out to be evil, so the whole family must come together in order to stop the evil. Written and directed by Brad Bird. Now I know I oversimplified the plots, but I think you can see the similarities. When I left the theater after seeing the second film, I took a step back and really looked at what Pixar was putting out those days. Multiple Cars movies, multiple Toy Stories, and all of their newer IPs were really hit or miss. Of course, Incredibles 2 made a truckload of money, so inevitably we were going to end up right here. So since we are actually going to have an Incredibles 3, what could they do to actually make it good? Well, start out with a time jump. Maybe move it 5 years forward into the future. We don't need Jack to be an infant. We don't need the third movie to pick up 5 minutes after the second movie, just like the second movie picked up 5 minutes after the first movie. A 5-year-old with Jack's powers could actually be kind of hilarious. Either make them a team or don't, but the single parent leaving to go rejoin the crime-fighting syndicate needs to die immediately. Since these movies like to make fun of Marvel, why not take on the multiverse and make fun of how tired the multiverse storylines can really be? One of the things that made the first movie so great were the parallels and callbacks to the old-time comics. Take a storyline from the 50s or 60s from the Marvel comics and put an Incredibles and Pixar spin on it. And finally, the story needs purpose. The Toy Story movies find the idea of purpose living in a plastic body that you'll be in forever. Those movies deal with love, loss, losing an owner, finding a new owner, and dealing with friends. Put a reason behind Incredibles 3. The parents gave up their crime-fighting lives to try and live a normal life while raising a family, and they seem to have trouble finding purpose. But that was the plotline of the first two movies. They need to have moved on by the time the third one comes out. Maybe shift the focus to Violet when she becomes of age and goes off to college. What is life like for a child of a former crime fighter living in a post-crime fighting world? Or they could always just do the same movie as they did with the first two movies. One of the parents gets into crime fighting, something goes wrong, and the whole family has to come together to stop an evil. Because guess what? That movie would make $1 billion anyways. Let me know if you want to see more long-form ranting videos. And please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.